hourglass to you using its lamp snout.
That it might actually be alien technology scoping us out.
Around and shows that everything is priced in grams of gold. I'm gonna skip it.
I was sleeping, had to wake up. Why? Every reason I could think. What's up, YouTube? Today, we'll be looking at disturbing TikToks that'll make you question reality. So without further ado, welcome to Adam Strain Reacts. Let's get her done.
All I want to know is how I can bet some money on this, because this game is pretty cool. I mean, it's a mixture of a lumberjack, geometry, and an ice cold cools. And the goal is pretty simple. Land the log on the beer. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm putting all my money on Paul Bunyan III here, because his skills are on a whole nother level.
Me and the devil walking side by side. Me and the devil walking side by side. And I'm gonna see my man until I get satisfied. See, you don't see why.
It's like peering into another world sometimes when we look into the past, especially when it comes to certain things like medicine. It's so interesting to see how we've replaced using natural elements and we've decided to synthesize the same compounds found in nature so that we could copyright them and make money. So it's kind of like a wish to go back to the way it was. Like I wonder how it was, you know, when you'd have a problem and you'd take like we were seeing there, like clover honey or stuff like that, because we do know now that like cloves and stuff like that are anti-parasite and they have properties. So I don't know why we decided to change. I suppose it's for money, but I wish we could go back. Because from what I understood, when they changed the education system and the people that were running the oil companies realized that they could sort of use oil-based components to create medicine, that's when we started seeing all the pills and all the things that were synthesized. So it feels like it was done out of a bad intention, and it wasn't for the good health of the people. So let me know if you guys think the same way. And if you don't, let me know why down below. And let's keep on rocking.
Did you know that one of the world's most beautiful gems is created as a defense mechanism? A natural pearl begins its life when an irritant, like a grain of sand, gets trapped inside an oyster. To protect itself from the intruder, the oyster begins covering it with layers of a substance called nacre. Over several years, thousands of these shimmering layers build up, transforming a simple piece of grit into a smooth, lustrous pearl.
I've become obsessed with this kind of thing. Apparently, as part of the display at IKEA furniture stores, they have just a fake door printed on a background, but you see this wear pattern from where hundreds of confused customers have tried to open the fake door. So the thing that I've become obsessed with is really weird and interesting wear patterns, like this photo from a laundromat. And you can actually see at head level where all of the dye and the grease from people's hair has created like this ghostly stain over the decades. If you've been to a gym, you've probably seen this wear pattern on their bench press machine where they slide the peg into the weight they want, and you can see like a bell curve distribution of what weights people choose. I really like this one. This is an old-timey shop that's got one of those bells over the door that tinkles when somebody comes in. And over the decades, the millions of door openings has worn a hole all the way through the door. I'm getting these off of a subreddit called R Well Worn. And they have thousands of these. Like here's the restrooms at this person's engineering school. And you see the difference in the wear pattern between the men's and the women's. Here's where this person's hairdresser is slowly wearing a hole in the floor. Here's the keys on an antique organ that have been worn down over the last 170 years. Here's a TV that played CNN every day for 2 straight years, and you can see it created a ghost image where the reporter stands. And of course the obligatory bronze statue where tourists cannot resist grabbing this guy on the butt. None of you realize how weird this is about to get. If you couldn't tell what was going on in that clip, I will explain it. But let me say, we are the last generation for which the stuff in our house is not alive. This is a prototype lamp made by Apple that has AI, but doesn't just let it respond to voice commands. This AI in this machine lets it get sad when you disagree with it. If you set an alarm for it to remind you to drink water while you're working, it won't just sound a tone, it will nudge your water glass to you using its lamp snout. When you play music in the kitchen while cooking, it will dance along to the songs. I am telling you right now, when it comes to AI for the average person, this is where the money is. It does not take much at all to convince us that an inanimate object is alive. If you just stick googly eyes on a Roomba, most of us will get upset if a guest kicks it. But the next generation of children will be raised in homes in which they will treat many objects as members of the family. Ask all the parents who bought Moxie, an AI-powered toy that then went dark when the company went out of business, and then had to talk to their kids, not like a toy had stopped working, but like a pet had died. I am dead serious when I say that most of the people watching this video will live long enough to have an argument with your car. You are going to feel some measurable amount of distress because you think your refrigerator is mad at you. You will absolutely know someone whose best friend is their lamp. And all of these will be available for a one-time purchase to get the object, but to keep it alive, that will be a subscription.
Very interesting. I'm not sure that we're there yet. Like, they've been releasing like these robots, and when you look at the ad, it looks like the robot is acting on its own independently, but really they have people logging into it and sort of teaching it how to move. I wonder if it was the same thing that we were seeing with the lamp. Now, the question that I have is, will we get there eventually? That's more the question that makes sense. And what do you guys think about the fact that these items can have, let's not say consciousness, but let's just say that they interact with you? Do you guys find that cool? Do you guys like that lamp? Me personally, I find it's too much. A lamp for me is to create light. I don't really need much more. But do you guys think that it's coming? Do you guys think that these robots are really going to be able to be self-sufficient and to be independent, and that it's going to be, you know, safe enough to roll out on a massive scale? Is more the issue. Because of course you can make a robot, but if the robot hurts people or stuff like that, it's not going to work. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think we're there now, in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How do you guys see it? Let me know down below, and let's keep on rocking.
32 years old.
32 years old. Give him a kitty. Give him a dog.
Bro.
Say go night night.
Go night night. Oh my God.
Now, why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it when I said it? That's the one that really trips your mind.
Yeah, that
out.
is crazy.
Handstand in the back somersault.
Sir?
Phineas. Handstand in the back somersault, dude.
No way. No way,
How about
bro.
this one? How about this one? Birdie juggling. You ready for birdie juggling? Don't try this at home. They don't like it.
Please don't drop him.
Oh, I don't drop them. I've had him for 32 years.
Jesus Christ.
Bro.
Catch him. Oh shit.
Bro. Crazy,
One more.
dude.
Give him a shot.
No, please don't
Just
drop.
go. No, just go.
No, bro. Crazy.
On your shoulder, boss. There you go. Turn around and let him get a shot.
Oh, okay. Please don't hurt me. I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to you.
Dude, that's so...
So beautiful, the bond that humans can create with animals. 32 years. Can you imagine sharing 32 years with a being like that? Like 10 years with a dog is the end of the world, you know? But I cannot imagine 32 years. It's an amazing relationship that they seem to have, full of trust and full of love. Truly beautiful, inspiring. Have you guys seen any other type of animal like that that is in complete like synchrony with its owner? Let me know down below. I'd like to see that. Let's keep on rocking.
You guys, Apple has just released a digital ID for identification and US passports. Here we go. Now, reports say they will be merging their biometric security with encrypted ID storage and plans to replace your physical IDs across airports, apps, and businesses. Why don't I like this? They also said this is going to be used in over 250 TSA checkpoints across domestic airports for identity verification. Now remember I told you guys about one of the richest men on earth, Larry Ellison, who owns TikTok and Oracle and who's a big fan of digital IDs? Well, it seems like one big master plan between all the big tech companies. You have Microsoft dealing with OpenAI, OpenAI dealing with NVIDIA, NVIDIA dealing with Oracle, xAI dealing with NVIDIA, and not to mention, OpenAI just did a $38 billion deal with Amazon for cloud storage. So the question is, what are they really planning? Well, I may have some answers. Could it be that they're following in the footsteps of China's Skynet, which is tied to digital IDs, a social credit score, and an AI surveillance system that they actually want to put on the moon? Skynet, huh? Why does this sound familiar? That's because it's the same name as the killer artificial intelligence in Terminator, Skynet. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. It's always in the movies. Make sure you guys go to my YouTube, Maverick Approach, where I do more breakdowns on this, but let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
Guys, it's official. Vine is back, but with one big difference. So not only will it have the exact same 6-second looping videos, but it'll also give access to more than 100,000 archived Vines. But instead of Elon being the person to bring Vine back like he said he wanted to, this app, now called Divine, will be backed by none other than Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey. But the one big thing that makes Divine totally different to other social media platforms is that it will prohibit AI content. In fact, it will scan for and flag suspected generated AI content and prevent it from being posted. It's essentially trying to act as a safe haven. So is this just another hopeless attempt to capitalize on nostalgia? Or can they actually fix the problems Vine had and make it successful this time around?
It's kind of interesting. I know Vine was big back in the days, but I think it was a bit too early because people's attentions were still a bit longer. But it kind of makes sense that they're thinking about bringing it back because now we see the short form content on TikTok, millions of views on a 6-second video. So it's very interesting. But the fact that they want to bring it back without the AI kind of gives it a new purpose. And it kind of brings up a question, you know, because AI showed up and got adopted massively while we were using the same platforms we were using the year before. But because Vine would be, you know, a new platform, then they would put this rule in. Very interesting. What do you guys think about that? A whole platform without AI. Do you guys think that might just save a little bit of, like, a little part of the internet to keep it real without bots and without AI? Or do you guys think that it's not going to work and that it's just a flop? Let me know down below and let's keep on rocking.
Freakiest thing that sounds like a weird conspiracy theory but actually is real is right here. Because if you walk down the street and saw somebody holding up a handmade sign saying they are putting chemicals in the atmosphere that makes people do evil things, they are literally driving us crazy and making us kill each other, you would absolutely write that person off as a crackpot. But it happened. Everybody agrees that it happened. In fact, I bet there's at least one person watching this right now who doesn't understand why at gas stations the pumps say unleaded. Like, why would they have lead in them in the first place? And why would you sell it on the basis of not having it? The reason is wild and terrifying. First of all, we used to put lead in everything. It's incredibly useful. We used to make water lines out of it, and cookware, and paint, even cosmetics. And back when automobiles were first becoming popular in the 1920s, they started putting lead in the gasoline. The reasons for it are technical. It helped with engine wear. The problem is that lead is toxic, but it is toxic in very subtle ways. It usually takes a lot of exposure over a long time to see the effects. And a lot of the effects are neurological. And so as there were more and more cars on the road putting more and more lead into the atmosphere, everybody started getting exposed to lead. Keep in mind, if it's in the atmosphere, it means it gets onto the crops and in the soil. And lead exposure, especially in children, causes problems with things like impulse control. You get increased aggression, you get lower IQ scores. So here's the graph. The blue line is lead in the atmosphere. The brown line is the violent crime rate. And you can see the point where governments finally started to ban lead. That's why it says unleaded on those pumps. Now, of course, experts differ on this, but the thing they differ on is how much of an effect lead had. The falling crime rate came alongside lots of other changes, including falling poverty rates, better mental health treatments, differences in policing practices, and just the fact that the population got older. Violent crime is far more common among the young. I say this every time. The reason I get so angry at the fake conspiracy theories is that the real world provides us with so many actual scandals that can actually be documented, that actually tell us so much about how something like this can be allowed to happen and what it took to stop it. Let's put it this way. There was quite a gap between us realizing that lead was toxic and us actually getting it out of the environment.
It's already...
Can you imagine that? Where you're using a product, but like there's no immediate consequences, but then 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you start realizing the effects. Super crazy. I don't know how real this is, but it's super interesting to think about the subtle implications and the subtle effects that it could have over a long duration of time. It must take a long time to realize. It's sort of like when you have allergies with a certain food, but you don't know because you're eating all kinds of food during the week. So it's hard to say which one is. Sometimes the effects happen 48 hours after or 72 hours after. So it's really hard to find out what it was. So I wonder how much time it must have taken them to figure out that it was the lead doing all that. Yeah, very interesting. Did you guys know about that? Do you guys know about any other type of scandal as to toxicity? Sort of like this story? If so, write it down below. I'd like to feature it in some of my next videos. Thank you so much, and let's keep on rocking.
Happening in Venezuela. A friend sent this from El Dorado, Venezuela. He goes into a supermarket where everything is priced in grams of gold. Historically, real money will win out over government abuse. Watch how they pay in gold. And this is